Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I am back with, that's right, more Conflict of Heroes. And I know I've had a lot of this coming out for you guys here recently, and I gotta say, I've been filming a lot of it because I've been playing a lot of it because this game's like butter. This shit's just smooth. I actually found myself thinking about it while the kids were doing their trick-or-treating crap this evening. You know, we're going around, they're getting candy, trick-or-treat, thank you, all that crap. And as I'm sitting there thinking, you know, I'm pushing the stroller, pushing the thing, you know, doing the dad moment. And I'm kind of sitting there thinking to myself, I bet you I can creep up with that Ferdinand and blow that 1S or that KV out of that tree line. I bet you I can get up there without, you know, him becoming spent. And I'll tell you, that's how you know a game's good. When you're not playing the game and you find yourself sitting there thinking about it, going, well, I could make this move or I could do this move. And that's what I've been doing with this crap for the past few days. That's why you've been seeing so many videos from me. Well, because I'm just sitting there thinking about it. Like, well, I can do this. I got to creep across this whole map. I got to, you know, stay in cover and da-da. And I'm just really focused on it. I got to say, it's a fluid game. I really like this new system. I love the die and how that works. The solo system flows well. Someone did put down in the comments, though, that the solitaire doesn't get stress. And I've gone back and I've looked through the rulebook, the solitaire rulebook, a couple of times now, trying to make sure I'm right on this. And okay, I'll give it that it doesn't say that they do use stress, but it doesn't say that they don't either. All right, unless I'm completely missing it and blanking out somewhere, I actually don't see anything mentioned about stress anywhere in the solitaire rulebook. And my thoughts on it are, with the new way this system works, I think it gives the human player too much of an advantage to not have stress involved, right? Because if I don't have stress, then doing something like just moving this Ferdinand, I could just move it over and over again, and it's just 1 AP. It doesn't bump up to that 2 AP because of the stress. And I could just walk him across and just keep blowing out the enemy because I'm less likely to have him become spent because he's only spending 1 AP each round. So I'm going to keep stress in, even if it came up, like someone quotes it to me in the rule book that says, nope, right here it says stress can't be used or it shouldn't be used. I'm going to keep it in because I think it works. For me, I think it works for the AI. Maybe a little less important for the AI. Honestly, I could see people doing that in either direction. If you wanted a more difficult game for yourself, you wanted the AI to be even that much tougher, you could have the AI not suffer from stress and only your units would suffer from stress. That would be a good equalizer, I think, to help out for the fact that, you know, human players are always going to make more tactical decisions than a deck of cards is going to. No matter how good the deck of cards is, it can't compete to a person. Let me put my phone on silent. But yeah, that's just the way it is. So this is one of those things that I think could go either way, but I'm going to leave the stress in. I've started with it. I think it's working very well, and we're just going to go with that. Some people have been putting down the comments. I was talking with a guy back and forth, and he was talking about how my units were entering. And for me, it was kind of weird to explain because there were hexes in my mind that they were coming in. So like over here, they weren't coming in from the same hex, but over here they were. And then I made the mistake with the Ferdinand of giving him an extra movement, a bonus move, even though he doesn't have the bonus move. And it's because he's the only unit I had that didn't have the bonus move, and I just missed that he didn't have it. So just one of those things. You can read it down in the comments on I think it was part 2 or part 1. I forget which one it was where we've been talking. But you can read that just to see back and forth the conversation we've been having about the different vehicles and the movement and how you bring them onto the board. And he's right. It's not that big of a deal. It didn't really have a huge game impact, but it could affect things. So just make sure you check it out and you're paying attention to how you're doing that. But let's jump back into the game and see what decision I'm going to make, which I think it's going to be moving over here. Yeah, because I want to move this Hetzer, and I want him to come up, and ideally I would like to get him maybe here. I would have gone here, but that's a negative. See, it's -1, so that it would actually lower my defense, not increase my defense. which would suck. But that would, if that one increased my defense, it would be a great place to go because it would put me in nice line of sight there. But if I go here and grab my little laser, if I can get that Hetzer into those woods, bam, look at that line of sight, right center, down through there, into that guy, and he's out in the open right now. So if I could get line of sight on him, I can see him and potentially even drive this King Tiger up and maybe cut into the side. But yeah, we're going to move the Hetzer up. I'm going to move him into this hex first because this is light woods versus the heavy woods. If I go here, it's a 3 movement point cost or 3 action point cost versus if I go here, it's a 2 because that's light woods instead. So we're going to go here first and then there when I'm ready. I might try to scoop this guy around, but see, this is crops and he can't get a bonus move through crops, which I think this is crops too. Yeah, that looks like crops. We're going to call this all crops because it looks like it's all crops. So no bonus move, not until I get up to here. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, and then I could bonus move, like 1, 2 up to there to come in from this direction. So I'd have kind of like a flank going on, but we'll see how it goes. So let me grab this so we know the Hetzer's activated, and we'll roll our little die. And for some reason, I was thinking about it. I have no idea why I do it. I roll the others in my dice tower over there, but the spent die I always just roll on the table. Maybe it's just because it's 1. All right, he's good. 7, no worries. So let's draw a card for the AI and see what they're going to do here. Oh, just remember the thing about this. I did mess up this part. For some reason, I had it in my head. I thought I'd read that if this moves because of one of these cards, then you don't activate the thing on there. And it wasn't that. It's like, all right, so say it was here and it moved 2 spots, then no, you wouldn't do this. But if you moved it here, yes, you still do this. So I'm going to go back and do this because this is actually detrimental to me, and I don't want to make people think I'm skipping stuff that's detrimental to my units just to do it. So roll 1d6, and this could potentially cause me to lose caps. So hopefully I roll low for once. Let's see what happens. A little sniper event here. Of course. There it is. There it is. And that thing was going to like 1. I swear it's going to 1. That is a loss of 3 German caps. That is horrible. Puts me down to 5. Damn. And those caps come in handy. I like to save them to when I've spent more of my units, right? And then have them so I can make an attack with a unit or move if I have to towards the end of a round. But that's 3 caps I'm not going to be able to use. All right. They don't have anyone in priority range anymore. So nothing there. No counter actions to worry about. There's no hit AI. AI closest to the lowest defensive value fresh unit attack. I again believe they no longer have anyone who has line of sight. Yeah, no line of sight for the AI. AI closest to a unit, closest to a mission objective. And their mission objective is pretty much just to kill me. So all RE, rumored enemy, low risk move towards closest units. Look at that. All. Do you see that? That says all. All as in all of them. No shit. Holy crap. Okay. This is going to change my plans. That's effectively a huge group move. Damn, look at that. Oh, I'm still in shock over this. All rumored enemies will perform a low risk move. Okay. Well, here's the thing. And now I'm thinking about it because it doesn't say group move, but it's just, all things. So they've got to do a spent check on it. And they're going to do low risk, so they're going to try to get into cover. They're going to try to stay out of line of sight, things like that. So normally, okay, when you do a group move, right? So you've got guys in contiguous hexes, and they all move together. The AI can do that, but you only make 1 spent check. For this, I think I'm going to have to make a spent check for each one of these units individually because this is not one group move, and I don't want to do it where I'm not making a spend check for, like, if I do it for all of them, then they're all paying for like a higher level, and there's a good chance they'll more likely get spent. I don't want to do that. So we're going to do this. I'm kind of guesstimating on how to do this, right? We're going to do them all. We'll do them one at a time, and as I do them, I'll do a spend check for them, and I absolutely do not have the stress markers for it. So start here. Obviously, this guy's going towards. He's going to move into this brown building, which is going to be the wooden buildings are just +1. Yeah, because it counts as foot movement. Remember, the rumored enemy is red until it's revealed. So it does count as foot movement for now. So that's only +1 AP instead of 2. And yeah, let's draw a card. I'm just going to have to reshuffle this deck because I'm going to go through a lot. So 2 APs. Is he spent? No. All right, so he stays there, and he's still out of line of sight, so he doesn't get spotted. Low risk move towards. So actually, this puts him in a great position because now he's covering this whole road, and he's actually got line of sight. I do believe he does get line of sight. Yep, he's got line of sight down to my Ferdinand over here. So I could fire up that there at him, but that does not spot him because he does have a defensive modifier in that terrain. So again, 2 action points for him, and that does spend him. All right, so this right here, this is why I'm doing it individually for each one of them, because I would have hated to have drawn that card as a spent check for all of them and have all of the rumored enemy go to spent. I just don't think that would be fair for him. So I am making a judgment call. I could see it go either way on this, but I think for this situation, doing a spend check for each is fine. I've got a couple over here. Low risk move towards. Let's see. All my units are down in this direction. So we'll just move this guy up. Do a single point. Spend check. He is spent. So he'll flip. This guy is on the road. And that road goes along to there. So, yeah, we'll put him to there. And that is only going to be a single action point, even though he's in woods there, because there is a road moving through. So, only 1 action point since he is sticking to the road, not spent. And that's good for him because if it had been the extra, he would have become spent as well. All right, so let's do these guys back here in the back. He will move forward. That is +2 AP because it is heavy woods. That's spent. So we'll flip him. This guy moved towards the building. 2 APs. And he is not spent. This one into the light woods and uphill. So that's actually going to be 3 AP. And he's not spent. And this guy's just moving forward 1, so just a single AP to worry about, not spent. And now we have, now here's the thing, it does say all. Let me look again. Oh, I covered it up. Hold on. All right, so this is throwing me off a little bit. It says all RE, but it's in capital. Like it's really emphasizing the fact that it's all rumored enemy, right? But I don't know. I'm going to go with spent units spent. Rumored enemies are not doing the move, right? That's what I'm going to go with. If you guys know of different, feel free to put it down in the comments. But I'm going to go with all rumored enemy who are not spent, since this is a green card. It's not a blue card, so they're not getting like the free orders. So we'll do, okay, this one back here. He's moving 1, 1, and 1. So those 3, he's not moving. All 3 of these guys moved forward 1, and it's all 1 AP. He's still on a road, and these guys are just at the top of a hill, clear terrain, so nothing extra for them. So we'll do 3 spent checks. We'll just do left to right. Let's see. First spent check, not spent. Second spent check, not spent. Third spent check, not spent. Okay, that actually worked out pretty good for them. They all just scooted forward just a little bit. But some of them got in some good positions here. This guy got into the terrain over here, right? And now he's covering down this road and to the left side. So I'm not going to be able to flank him like I was originally planning. This one over here, even though he is spent, he is now covering all of this open terrain all the way down to here. I'm probably going to take a shot with a Ferdinand, see if I can mess up his day, though, because this Ferdinand has a big gun, and I really want to use it. So, and then over here, we just had these guys creeping up a little bit, and of course, those in the back. All right, actually, I think I've got a different idea. I think I'm going to move this Jagdpanzer here up instead, because this KV over here, he is spent, right? So it's only going to be a command card that will help him. And I just burned through a lot of those. So I know there's less likely the chance that they're going to have a command card available to them just yet. And if I pivot him up like this, right, I could, and I've got an extra movement point, so I could even go as such and attack him at close range. Yeah, we're going to do that, right? Because I was here, I'm going to go 1, and then the bonus be right there in his front. We're in both each other's front. It's only going to cost me 1 AP, but I can perform the attack on my next turn. And he's spent, so unless he gets a command card, I don't have to worry about the priority orders for him. So I think that's going to work out in my favor. I will be able to attack with a attack power of 14. Might be able to get him back for taking out my armored car. All right, so let's grab my little stress marker. Put it on him, so we annotate the fact that attack is going to be stressed. And let's roll. Please, not a 1. Don't give me a 1, or this is going to ruin my attack plans. 6. Woo! That was close. I saw it tip it over. I was like, no, don't go low. Don't go low. Okay. Now we are going for him. No blue card. Green card. Yay, green card. Okay, so they do have people at priority range, but he's spent, so he doesn't get to do that. Counter actions. I know the counter actions isn't going to apply in this situation because the whole inside of 5 units and all that crap, so we'll go down to tactical. AI, closest to a unit or a mission objective, low risk move towards. So, hold on. Let me think of this one for a second. Okay, so after thinking about it for a sec to see which one I wanted to go with, I decided against this rumored enemy that's up here because he is in a defensive position currently and he's got good sight lines, right? He can aim down over here, he can aim up the road, and it's blocking me off. It doesn't behoove him to move up into open terrain. It would just give me a chance to flank around on him, right? So I don't want to make a bad move for the AI. So I was thinking, okay, we're trying to stick as close to the cards as possible. This guy is the closest, so I'm going to move him up to here, and that could potentially give him some arcs of fire down over in this direction, just depending on where I try to move these guys. He might be able to get a flank shot. This one's just kind of a wild card. I'm not horribly worried about him because he has the lowest attack power of all of the AI units. So, he's not that crucial for me to worry about. But if he gets around behind any of my guys, he can blow a hole in him. So we're going to try to get rid of him as soon as we can. But let's do a little spit check for him. That is going to be 3 action points, and it is equal to, so he becomes spent. So let's flip him over as such. And like I said, I'm still using the stress because reasons. Now, we're back to me. And I'm telling you, I'm blowing the shit out of this guy, this KV, because it's payback for him tearing up our armored car down over there. I thought about putting one of these little smoke pillars that I had where the car got blown up, but it just kind of gets in the way. So it would make it hard for you guys to see and kind of block off the light. But it does look cool just to designate where things have gotten blown up. So when I'm playing by myself, I use these things just to have fun with them. But oh, they're made by LitGo, I think, if anyone's interested. I think you can get them on Amazon, a few other places. And no, they don't pay me or sponsor me or give them to me or anything like that. I just like their little acrylic tokens. All right, so we're going to do our attack here. The Jagdpanzer is going to be firing into the front armor of the KV. The KV is getting +2 because he is into heavy woods, right? So that's bumping his armor up to 21. but I'm getting +3 because of the close range attack, which bumps my attack up to 14. So 14 from 21 gives 7 as our hit number. So we are hoping for a 7 or better to cause a hit. And I can finally draw one of those counters to show you guys. So let's see. Come on, big money. There it is, 8. 8. We could have taken him out in one hit, but we didn't get that good. So let's grab one of these. Gimpy's looking away. Gimpy's looking away. Grab one here. Now, there's a couple different ways you can play this, right? You can play it the easy way where you have it face up, or you keep it face down like the normal game, the heads up game would be. So you don't know until the AI is doing something. So it doesn't give you heads up information until you need to know what's under this thing. It's not revealed. But I'm going to go ahead and reveal it just so you guys can see, and it'll make it a little bit easier. Plus, with the fact that I'm filming, I have to worry about lighting and recording and camera angles and stuff. One less thing for me to keep track of and potentially forget. So let's see what the hit was. That is a suppressed marker. And as you can see, we'll just move it down next to my Ferdinand so you guys can see the effects. It reduces his attack power and increases the cost of his attack. So his attack, I think, is naturally a 5. Yeah, it would be a 7 now for him to perform an attack, and his attack powers will go down, HE and AP type attacks. So we're going to place this underneath him to signify the fact that he is hit. More than likely, I'm guessing he's going to rally before the next turn because there are plenty of those cards in the AI deck, especially ones that say auto rally. But that's what the numbers at the top of that represent, by the way. You have to make a 2d6 roll where it's greater than or equal to the rally number to succeed. All right, so we did good. We finally got a hit on an enemy. I think that's the first one that we've actually done some damage to the enemy. The only other counters that I've taken off the board for the enemy have been those little pink no enemy counters. I mean, damn. All right, so look at this. It's moving forward by 1, just flat out, just moves forward by 1. All right, so we'll move our mission track over. 1. And that's what I'm talking about. You can't count on those rounds. They might not happen. Again, priorities, but can't because spent. So again, no counteractions. We know that's not going to apply. Unhit AI closest to a fresh unit that just acted, which would be this, but they do not have anyone who is in the line of sight. I'm looking just to make sure since all those guys moved, but they don't have anyone in line of sight. AI closest to a unit or mission objective, that's easy. They're definitely going to have someone who can do that. So, and like I said, I'm making a judgment call over here. I'm not going to move him because he is in such a good place to bog me down as I come through here, and I don't want to take the enemy out of that. The only thing that he could do is come around like here or like that. But the moment he like moves out of that building is the moment I try to race my tank around up in this direction to get a shot on him. So I'm not going to make a bad call for the AI on that. So instead, let's see. This one's spent. This one is spent. This is next closest. We will move him up. He's just coming up this road to come around. When he gets down over closer to here, I'll probably tuck him into these woods. That way he'll be in some type of cover, and then he'll have line of sight pointing down in these directions. There is a tank here that blocks line of sight. This wreck does. These do not. So he has line of sight all the way over here, just not in this direction. So let's draw a spent check for him. As long as it's not a 1, he'll be fine. He's good. I was just thinking about it as I was looking down here at my Ferdinand, and I can't remember if I did a spent check on my unit here. And I'm thinking I didn't because I might have gotten distracted while I was talking about the hit that this guy received. So we're going to go ahead and do this spent check. If I had already done it, then oh well, you know, I'm just hurting myself in my favor. But I apologize, guys. It's part of that landmine brain injury thing I got. Sometimes my short-term memory is like, hit and miss. But it is what it is. We shot him back, so we're good. All right, now let's roll for him. I need something 5 or over 5 because that's the AP cost for his attack since he was stressed. 3. No, he is spent at that point. I kind of figured I had forgotten it because I'm looking at him like, no, there's no way he passed that. So, yeah, he spent. But I'm going to finish for my last round for this video, taking a shot with my Ferdinand all the way up here. His range is 21, so I'm easily within range. And you can see I have definitely got him in line of sight right there. Can get to his hex, and it's not passing through that light wood's there. So we're going to do the attack, trying to reveal this guy. We obviously know it's going to reveal because his attack rating is 15. So I'm going to go ahead and draw just so we know what is there. Let me put that there so I don't forget what hex he's in. All right, looking away, looking away, looking away. Okay, it's almost becoming comical at this point. It's almost becoming comical at this point that I've drawn 4, actually, because there was one over there that I was like, screw it, I can't have all of them drawn at once. I cannot believe I have drawn like that. Okay, I am going to have to make my spent check over here for my Ferdinand. Let's roll. Come on, 5, 6, or 7, baby. 5. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. He's still good, but he is going to be stressed. All right, let's draw one more card for the enemy. We'll finish out with them for this video. No move. Again, no priorities that can be done. Unhit AI, in cover, closest to a fresh unit, attack +1 cap. Again, I don't think they got line of sight. He would have, but he was spent. He's still fresh, no line of sight, spent, and it's unhit, so no. All AI in 0 defense modifier terrain closest to a unit or mission objective, low risk move towards cover closest to target. Again, I think that's going to be this guy, right? Towards cover. So yeah, we'll have him move into this hex. That is going to be 2 movement points for him. We'll do a spent check. He's moved up along this road down into here, but he does have a line of shite. My Irish coming through. Sight down in this direction. He might actually be able to hit my stew down over here. So let's do a spent check for him. See where he's at. Come on. And he's still fresh. All right. So that's where we're finishing off at this point. We've got a little damage going on over here. I still want to try to get this guy cleared out because if I can, I've pretty much cleared out the center, right? Not a whole lot going on there. And then I'll just have to worry about those tanks, and I can kind of consolidate, bring these guys over, maybe even bring these in a flank, try to get this one last tank over here, which more than likely will be a rumored no enemy pink counter because I still got some of those left. Can't believe I've drawn all those. But push around here, and then these guys are actually getting kind of pinned in because they've got him there, they've got this guy coming down, and then this one coming over, so they're kind of flanking in. So I might even bring my center forces around over this way because these are in a lot more trouble than my left flank is. But that's going to be it for this one. You guys, like I said, if you have any questions, concerns, gripes, moans, complaints, all that crap, feel free to put it down in the comments. Please do keep in mind, though, that unlike a lot of the videos you guys watch, this is a playthrough series. I'm not perfect. I will make mistakes here and there. You guys are free to put them down in the comments. It's not going to hurt my feelings or anything like that. I will annotate it if I find out you're correct about something like that. But just, bear with me because, like I said, I'm actually playing the game for you guys, right? I'm sitting here literally playing it or thinking about it when I'm taking my kids trick-or-treating. It's the real game. The cards aren't stacked. I don't edit the film or anything like that. I want you guys to see what the game has to offer in its glory. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, all of it. All right, but that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys had a happy Halloween. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.